Jasper, I just wanted to say a big thanks for today. I had an amazing time, and it was all thanks to you.
Ah, don't mention it. It's really not a big deal. It was just a visit after all. You're my wife, Francesca, and it's the least I can do for you.
Aw, that's really sweet of you. I still appreciate it, despite everything. And hey, I'm also really sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
You were in an accident, babe. Remember, accidents happen, hence the name. It's not like you wanted this to happen. Luckily, it was just your foot that got broken. Thank goodness it wasn't anything more serious. I gotta admit, I was a bit worried when I got that call from the hospital.
I never imagined a car would pull onto the sidewalk like that. It caught me completely off guard. I didn't know what to do in that moment. I was totally freaking out.
I don't think it's that simple of a situation, though. Anyway, I'm sorry too.
Why would you ever feel the need to apologize to me? You didn't do anything that deserves an apology.
You were heading home from your cooking lessons when the accident occurred, right? Man, if I had been able to give you a ride, we could have avoided all this mess. None of this would have happened.
But you had work to do. You didn't want any of this to happen. It's nothing to worry about, Jasper.
Lately, work has been consuming all my time and energy. Have I been neglecting you recently? I feel awful, thinking that it could have been my fault somehow.
Like I said, don't worry so much about it. It's really my fault. I wasn't paying much attention when I was crossing the street.
Don't blame yourself, Francesca. It really was the fault of the driver. Any way you look at it, it was their fault.
By there, you mean the driver?
Of course, I'm talking about the other driver. Who else could it be? It was kind of them to stick around and call the cops and ambulance, but let me tell you, all they did was make excuses about whose fault it was. It was getting under my skin, and I was so close to losing it. I thought I'd give them a piece of my mind.
What do you mean they were trying to make excuses? They apologized, and even went so far as to give me some money for the inconvenience.
They had the audacity to blame the car in front of them. Can you believe that?
Well, yeah. They tried to put the blame on the car in front of them for slamming on the brakes out of nowhere. They weren't making excuses about the stoplights or anything like that. They just swerved to avoid that car, and there I was, right in the crosswalk. I guess we can both agree that it was just bad luck for both of us.
I think you're being too lenient here. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt so easily. Are you sure you didn't witness the car that supposedly slammed on their brakes?
Well, they hightailed it out of there right after the accident, so, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the car. To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to the other cars at that moment. And as far as I know, besides the driver, there weren't any other witnesses around, right?
I mean, it sounds like they were the only person around at the time. Their story sounds totally bogus to me. It sounds like they were just trying to shift the blame onto someone else. Seriously, what were they even thinking, running over someone like that? It's just messed up.
All right. You're right. I shouldn't be so harsh about it. To be fair, they did apologize and even went out of their way to give me a little bit of money. They didn't have to do that, and honestly, I'm not too concerned about it. It's all water under the bridge for me.
Hey, I get what you're saying, but whether you're worried about it or not doesn't really change the situation. The truth is, you got hit by a car and ended up with severe injuries. I can't just forgive them easily for something so serious. It's just not that simple, you know.
I appreciate your protectiveness, really. But let's be fair. It's not like they were intentionally trying to cause an accident or hurt me. Or anyone else for that matter. They made amends for their mistake, and honestly, I just want to move on from the whole thing. Let's put it to rest and focus on the future instead, okay?
I understand that you're being forgiving, but I can't be as easygoing about it. Something just doesn't feel right to me. I'm still pretty mad at them for causing the accident and hurting you.
All right. Let's drop it then. No need to dwell on it further. So, aside from all that, what else is going on with you these days? I know it must be tougher for you now, having to handle all the chores and cooking without me around.
Man, I seriously lucked out with you, Francesca. You're such a thoughtful wife. As for me, I've been holding things down as best I can. Yeah, there are a few things here and there that I haven't been able to tackle, but I'm giving it my all. We'll sort everything out together once you're back on your feet.
I'm glad to hear that you're managing things well. That's good news. Oh, by the way, if there's anything you need help with, don't hesitate to reach out to my mother. You know how willing she is to lend a hand with anything. My parents live so close by, and they would be more than happy to assist if you reach out to them.
I know, I got things under control for now. But if anything does come up, I'll definitely reach out to them. Don't worry. You focus on getting better and getting some rest. I'll make sure to visit you again real soon. Take care, okay?
Okay, thank you so much for being so thoughtful. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. I'm so sorry to bother you at work. Do you have a minute to talk now?
Come on. If you know I'm busy working, why are you trying to call me at the office? I'm on my break right now. Can you make it quick? What's going on with you?
I just found out when I'll be discharged from the hospital. I just wanted to let you know. Are you in the middle of something? Am I bothering you?
No, it's okay. You're not bothering me. It's just that I can't be bothered here while I am focusing on work.
Gosh, I'm sorry then, but you haven't even been visiting me at all that much lately, you know? I haven't been able to talk to you at all since I've been here. Did I do something wrong?
No, I've just been super busy at work. You know how it is. What about your discharge date? When is that going to be?
It's going to be Sunday of next week. Would it be all right if I asked you to come and pick me up?
Oh, wait. No, I won't be able to do that. I'm supposed to be meeting with an important client from work that day. Can't you just ask your mother to come pick you up instead?
Really? On a Sunday? Isn't that one of your days off? You've always had weekends off in the past.
I have an important client to meet with. They're only available to meet on Sunday. What don't you understand about that?
Okay, sorry then. But I really wanted you to pick me up.
Come on, you're just getting out of the hospital. Does it matter who comes to pick you up?
I guess not. But it would make me feel so much better seeing you when I finally get to leave here. Let's just change the subject. Guess who came to visit me in the hospital?
I don't know, Tom Cruise?
Don't be so sarcastic. The person that hit me came and visited me here at the hospital. I still had so many questions, so I asked them to explain their version of what happened. And apparently, even before they ran into me, that one car that brake checked them was driving all crazy, like they had road rage. They came up from behind driving dangerously, swerving all over the place, and that scared the driver who ran into me. The driver even let that crazy car pass them, and look what happened after that.
Okay, and so what's your point? What the heck does that have to do with anything now?
Well, no, it doesn't really. I'm just a little frightened at all of those crazy drivers out there. You'll never know what'll happen. My mother isn't all that good of a driver, too. If someone harassed her on the road, I think she would be pretty scared. It would spook her. That's exactly why I wanted you to pick me up.
I already went through this with you. I'm way too busy to pick you up on Sunday. If you're that worried, why don't you call a cab? They'll drop you off right at the front door.
I guess so. Sorry for being so weird. Maybe I'll just ask my mom after all.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go with that. Is that all you wanted to talk about? I'm exhausted and want to take a nap while I'm on my break.
Yeah, I'm okay now. Hope you enjoy the rest of your workday. Jasper, I'm finally out of the hospital. Is it all right if I ask you something?
Already? That was quick. What do you want to ask me now?
When I got home, there was someone I have never seen living in our house. What the hell is going on?
Oh, right. I've decided that we need to get divorced. I already moved all of my stuff. I have all your stuff with me for now. I'll send it all over to your folks' place later on.
What about the house? Did you break the lease?
Yes, I did. I just want to make sure that we are clear on what's going on. I've already decided on this divorce, so you better not refuse to sign the papers. We need to get this finalized.
Are you for real? Thank you so much for letting me know finally. Where are the papers? I'll sign them immediately and get these filed.
Are you serious? What are you all happy about? Maybe you got a concussion from your accident.
Thank God my head is just fine. I'm seeing clearly now. Aren't you the one who started with this divorce thing in the first place? It's not even that big of a deal. I'm not sure why you're freaking out about it now. Shouldn't you be glad that I'm not acting all weird or frantic about this whole situation?
Well, yeah, but still, it's just weird that you're acting all normal, like this is no big deal. You should be taking this a lot harder. We were married, you know.
Nope, you just ended up saving me some time. If this was inevitable, better now than never. Normally, I would have thought this whole process would take a lot longer, but it seems pretty straightforward. I actually appreciate you for taking the initiative.
What? Are you actually serious now? You wanted to get a divorce?
Only after a while being holed up at the hospital. It gave me a lot of time to think about us. I wasn't planning on everything happening so quickly, though. Either way, we both know where we were headed. It was just a shortcut to the inevitable.
What's with you right now? You sound like some sore loser who's trying to hide how you really feel. Are you just trying to brush this off because I was the one who decided that I wanted to divorce you and not the other way around?
Well, no, that's definitely not it. But you can think whatever you want.
Then why did you say you were thinking about getting divorced? Why don't you just tell me? What have you got to hide?
What could it possibly be? Could it be that I'm over this marriage because perhaps you were cheating on me?
What? What are you talking about? Cheating? Where would you come up with something like that?
You didn't even bother to come visit me at the hospital at all over the past couple of weeks. And even when I tried to call you, you acted all abrupt, as if I was just bothering you. I figured you were probably just cheating on me, so I did a little digging around.
What the heck? So you think you figured it out, do you? At least I don't have anything else to hide at this point. Oh well, it's no big deal. We'll just get divorced and maybe I'll just pay you a little alimony.
Wow, how considerate of you. You're such a nice person. Once we get divorced, what will you do with yourself?
Unlike you, I already have someone else lined up, as you've so astutely deduced. My girlfriend and I have plans. We're going to move in together soon. She's way hotter than you will ever be. Sorry, not sorry, but it's true.
Ah, well, I don't really care at this point. What you say has zero effect on me now. I hope you're able to find some happiness. You definitely need it.
You think I need your blessing? I don't need any permission from you. I'll be sending over the divorce papers to your folks' home. Make sure to look out for them. I need you to sign them right away and get them back to me right away. You better be prepared and not have any issues with any of this.
Nope, everything sounds just fine to me. I want to discuss this alimony with you further, so we'll need to meet up again.
Are you serious? I don't have time for any of that.
I'll only need a little bit of your time. Unless we work out these details, we won't be able to finalize the divorce. We need to figure out how to divide our assets.
Fine. If you put it that way, I'll stop by at some point. Once we figure this all out, you better file the papers.
Roger that. Jasper, I just filed our divorce papers. About the alimony, I'm okay with what we discussed the other day.
That's fine. I'm still a bit shocked by all this.
About what?
You just took this whole thing like a champ, Francesca. You know, I just figured you'd forgive me for being unfaithful and that maybe we'd work it out and stay together after all. I completely underestimated you.
You shouldn't have expected any less. You know me better than that. I didn't agree to this divorce just because you cheated, you know. There is more to it than meets the eye.
What do you mean, not just because I wasn't faithful? What are you talking about?
Well, I heard from a little birdie that someone is about to take you to court. You're gonna be sued. Doesn't it make the most sense to divorce someone who's not only a cheater, but on top of that is getting sued for everything he's got?
What are you talking about? Getting sued? What is this nonsense that's spewing out of your mouth? You think you're going to sue me? You have nothing on me. I really think you should go back and get brain scans. You haven't been the same after your accident.
Nope, I'm not the one who's gonna sue you. I wouldn't even give you the time of day.
Then who the heck is going to sue me? Tell me what the heck you're talking about.
The person who hit me with their car. They told me a little secret.
What the heck are you talking about? You must be crazy. You better start making some sense before I block your number. You need to stop playing games with me. What makes you think anyone has any right to sue me?
Well, the person who hit me, they only hit me because someone brake checked them and they had to swerve out of the way. The person driving in that car in front, the person driving all crazy, I know who that is. It was you, wasn't it?
What the heck are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about. You are making zero sense. No one would believe this. You can't be saying that you saw that first car. There's no way in hell. What makes you think you can go around making these false accusations, trying to hurt innocent people?
You're right. I never saw that car at all. I wasn't paying attention to any of the cars after all. But the passenger of that crazy driver, they saw the whole thing. and she was kind enough to tell me all about it. You know, your precious mistress.
You are absolutely insane with this made-up story.
She came to visit me in the hospital, crying her eyes out. She had a lot to say about you. She was afraid of what you'd do to her and was scared to death about saying anything. She told me all the juicy details about your affair, too. How cute you two must have been.
You are full of crap. This is all made up. No one would believe this. There's no way she knew where your hospital was. She doesn't even know who you are.
She said she looked it up on your phone. Maybe you should choose a longer passcode. She knew from the very beginning that it was me that was hit by the car. You pretended like you had no idea. What a disgusting thing to do. Your mistress? Wasn't her name Angela? She seems like a nice girl, other than when being with you. She said she tried to make you stop, but you just kept on driving and ran from the scene.
Ran from the scene? What a joke. You better stop spreading lies about people. I have nothing to do with any accidents. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? There is no way that I could have known you were in that area.
Sure, you sound so sincere. Aren't you driving your company car at the time?
What if I was? What difference would that make?
When Angela and I were discussing what happened, she told me that you had a dash cam in the car. Seems like one of its main features is audio recording, too. That's pretty convenient. Wouldn't we know for sure if we checked the recording? How can we go about getting a copy of that? Shall we call your company?
Know for sure? Know what for sure? You better stop all of this nonsense.
Angela begging you to stop the car, and you just took off, even after you knew your aggressive driving caused an accident. You were telling her to shut up and threatening her. Maybe that conversation will shed some light on some things. Angela took all the evidence and met up with the other drivers to show them what happened. She even said she provided a testimony in court if it came to that. Like I said, what a nice girl.
What? What the heck are you saying? Why would she say that? Why the heck would you take her side? You think this is going to be that easy?
Well, she totally regretted the whole affair and apologized about the incident. I could tell that she was very genuine about that. She is sincerely guilty about the whole thing. Coming forth after the fact doesn't change what happened, but at least she's being honest. Angela is 1,000,000 times a better person than you'll ever be.
Just wait a second. Let's take a step back here and go over some facts. It's not like I ran over someone or hit anything with my car, you know. There's a big difference here. Don't you think this is all just a waste of time? Why would you be trying to do all this now?
Don't you think that dashcam recording will prove that you were the one at fault? With your road rage and aggressive driving? I think they'll find that you were the negligible party in all of this. Considering everything that's at stake here, I think it's worth it all just to prove that.
Who the hell do you think you are? You think you can get away with this? You know darn well that we're talking about my company car and what'll happen to me. If they find out, I'll for sure be fired. Don't you care about my livelihood?
Don't you think that cheating while you're on the clock is bad enough? And your livelihood? Don't bother going there. Angela said that she's okay with whatever consequences come her way. She's ready to take responsibility for her part. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from her. Even with her missteps, she still has a good head on her shoulders.
You think someone like her and I are on the same level? Losing my job for some stupid crap. Yeah, right. I'm too important for that. You better do something about all this.
Come on. You should know that I can't do anything about it at this point. The ball isn't in my court anymore. I'm not the one that came forward and gathered all this evidence.
How are you going to sidestep all responsibility here? You're the one that started all this.
I only got the ball rolling by introducing Angela and the other driver, nothing more. Whatever they decide to do together is up to them. My hands are tied.
There you go, making up excuses like you always do.
Whatever ends up happening, aren't I the actual victim here? You're in the wrong. It's obvious that I have zero blame for this. You better be taking all of the blame and responsibility here. Cheating on me? The accident I was in? Everything is entirely your fault, and you know it. After that, our divorce papers were filed and the divorce was finalized. Right after, Jasper faced a lawsuit in civil court. Angela followed through and provided her side of the story as a witness for the plaintiff. Her testimony, along with the evidence from the dashcam, showed Jasper's road rage and established his significant responsibility and liability for the accident. In addition to the alimony he had to pay, Jasper was also required to compensate for the damages caused by the accident. Furthermore, Jasper's actions came to light at his workplace, leading to his resignation. Angela's adultery was also discovered, resulting in her resignation as well. To be fair, when it comes down to it, both the person who ran over me and Angela share the blame. However, Jasper's deceit in hiding his infidelity and his refusal to take responsibility for anything make him truly despicable. If Angela hadn't come forward and revealed the truth, there would have been no way to hold Jasper accountable, despite him deserving it the most. I have immense respect and gratitude for Angela's choice to come forward with the truth.